What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Foo Fighters. Yes, indeed. Foo Fighter fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from George S.B. George S.B. wanted to see me react to this song by Foo Fighters called Rope. Now, have I heard the song before? I don't know. I'll be honest with you folks. It doesn't sound familiar. Like the name Rope, that does not sound familiar. That doesn't ring any bells with me. So, but I also know Foo Fighters have a lot of radio-friendly hit songs, and they get played on the radio a lot, and they're very media-friendly. They have a lot of songs that are used in movies, television shows, commercials, radio ad spots, you name it. So, is there a chance I may have heard the song before? There is a chance, okay? I'm not going to lie to you guys. There is a possibility, but for the best of my knowledge, I've never heard it before. Now, as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, okay, yeah, I've heard this before. I recognize this now. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by, Clayman Kichi, I guess is... Yeah, Clayman, or maybe it's Kaichi. Clayman, K-I-I-C-H-I. Clayman Kichi. Let's just go with Clayman Kichi. And the video has 654,662 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? You ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Foo Fighters, Rope, HQ. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Interesting. It's interesting how they're having the one carry over from the for and of the previous measure, and then they're actually establishing, for lack of a better word, they're almost establishing the downbeat of the next phrase on the and of one. Because the downbeat of one actually carried over from the for and of the previous measure. It's interesting. I dig it. Very jazzy. It's a very jazz thing to do. I'm still kind of dwelling on that intro. What was the point of that intro? I mean, it was a neat intro with the panning, but was it necessary? Could they have just started the song on the downbeat? And they could have. So why the intro? I don't know. I honestly don't know. The intro, to me, the intro didn't really serve any purpose. It didn't serve any reason. So it had nothing to do with the song at all. It didn't even sound conducive. So I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going here. Great drumming. I don't know who's drumming on this. Great job. Great job. Some great fill work. What really is kind of impressive, I'm not even usually a big fan of this either. I'm not usually a big fan of cymbal work. I'm usually much bigger on like tom work, but I can't help but notice that when the chorus kicks in, the cymbals really start to carry out. They really start to resonate. They really start to ring through. And some really nice work, in particular on the ride and on what I believe is a China. It sounds like a China, but I'm not 100% sure. It may just be a lighter crash. But in particular, it sounds really good. It might even be an ice bell in there. I don't know, but it's probably just the ride I'm hearing. But the cymbal work in this is fantastic on that chorus. That chorus is catchy. I'm not going to lie. That chorus has got a hook. Absolutely. I see the hook. It hasn't necessarily hooked me, like sold me on it, but I see it's there and I see the appeal. So I can appreciate that. If it does hook me, it'll make it even better. I mean, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We'll see. It may or may not, but I do see it. And that's the important thing, is I do recognize, I do see the hook. It is there without question. So that's a good thing. Let's keep going here. Okay, well, the ending helps me understand the intro. But that still doesn't say whether or not the intro is necessary. I mean, I guess it was to set up the ending, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Let me think about it. Let me gather my thoughts, and I'll see you in the review. Well, there you go, folks. That was the Foo Fighters with Rope. This was a request from George S.B. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.8. Yep, 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, this song was really good. I actually, believe it or not, I was digging the song. The chorus in particular. We're going to skip the intro for right now. We're going to move forward to the meat and potatoes, the verses and choruses of the song. The verses I felt were well done. They were well constructed. Nothing really all that hooky about them, but they were really well done. The choruses are definitely where the hook lies. Both in the vocal melodic line and, in my opinion, that cymbal work, man. That cymbal work really rang through. I was wrong. It wasn't a crash. It wasn't a China. It was just a crash. It was just a crash. It actually sounded like 2 crashes. But there was no China involved. But the ride was very present. The ride was very active. I can always appreciate that. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of cymbal work. I'm much more about the toms, but in this case, the cymbal work, it helped ring through it. It helped carry the song along quite a bit in the chorus. And it meshed well. It was blended well with the vocal line. The vocal line carrying through, pushing through, and keeping the song moving forward, along with the assistance of those cymbals. So, yeah, it definitely helped. The chorus was without question the hook. Without question. The rest of the song was really good. Nothing sounded bad. Nothing sounded awkward except the intro. Now, when I first heard the intro, I was sitting here scratching my head going, I don't get it. I don't, why? Why did you bother even having that in there? It had nothing to do with the song. It had nothing that led in. It didn't help build up the song. It did nothing for the song whatsoever. So I'm sitting here questioning the intro until the outro. When you got to the end of the song and it went back. And I was like, okay, now wait a minute. Now hold on. Maybe they're doing the outro and then they thought themselves, wouldn't it be cool to have an intro that emulated the outro? So beginning with the end in mind. Okay, I mean, if that was their approach, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I understand that if that was their mentality, if they were thinking, let's end how we're going to begin, but maybe they didn't have a beginning. They just ended it. They wanted to have that ending. And to help make the ending not sound so awkward, they said, let's put the ending at the beginning too. So that way we end how we start. If that's what they were thinking, if that was their mentality, if that was their process, if that's how they came up with it, I'm okay with it. I actually am. Despite the fact that that intro did nothing to lead into the song, it correlates with the ending, so it does tie in. It's a long one. It's a long tie-in, but it is a tie-in nonetheless, and it does work, so it's fine. Now, the energy on the song was fun. The feel of the song was fun. The tone from the guitar and bass sounded really good. Drums sounded good. Vocals sounded pretty strong. So, I mean, look, was this a masterpiece of a song? No. You know, of course not. Was this ever going to get an 8 or a 9? Definitely not a 9, you know. But an 8, yeah, maybe down, maybe there's another song they'll do that's an 8, you know. Not this one, though. But, I mean, this was a really good song nonetheless. I mean, it really was. I got no issue with the song other than the intro until I heard the ending. And then I was like, oh, now it all makes sense. It's a stretch, but it does make sense. So that's why I'm coming up with a 7.8. I do feel this is a really good song. I see the appeal. It has a hook. And the whole song as a whole felt really good. It did. I have no issue with it. Now that I heard the ending, if they didn't have that ending, I would have been like, what the hell was up with that intro? That doesn't make any sense at all. But no, the end made it make sense. So yeah, 7.8 is a really good score. Now, if you don't believe me, take a look down below in the video description. You'll find my scoring system chart down there. You will very clearly see that 7.0 to 7.9 is the grading scale for really good. This is a 7.8. It's a really good, really good. It's up there. So, not quite great, but it's up there. It's definitely up there. So, 7.8, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.